All right, glad you took the bait and clicked on the video. Anyway, enough with the sarcasm. I'm going to talk about fishing since I'm here at the lake. I just figured it's going to be a little bit of a different video. This isn't an instructional video. This is just something to think about, maybe to get inspired and get out here. I mean, I'm just going to pan around. You don't need to see my face. What I want to talk about is two aspects of this. If you're here for preparedness, then fishing's a perfect thing. If you're just here for outdoors, it's perfect for that too. And I'm not going to go into any real in-depth. Eventually, I'm going to do a basic video on maybe some, getting started. If you've never fished before, I'm going to try to make it as easy and simple as possible, because it can be overwhelming if you're out there shopping for stuff and you see $2,000 fly rods and the $350 fishing poles and stuff like that. You don't need that to get started. But I want to talk about two things. If you're looking at fishing from a preparedness standpoint or from a survival standpoint, or just like I said, just general preparedness, part of being prepared is, to me, being self-reliant, and having the skills to get your own food is part of that. Whether it's gardening, or whether it's hunting or fishing, this is just one aspect, and I'm just going to talk about that today. So, but there's also another aspect of this that I think people tend to forget. And for me, fishing isn't always about catching fish. Sometimes it's just getting outside. I mean, I'm trying to show you what I'm looking at right now, and this is a much better view than from your couch to the television set. You're out there breathing some fresh air, and it can be very relaxing. There's times you can go sit by the lake, just sit and relax. You may not even catch a fish, but just watching the wildlife that's around. The anticipation of maybe catching something. When a fish gets on the line, that whole thing is, it's very satisfying. And to reel in your own fish, and to be able to actually take that fish home if it's something you want to do, and eat it. There's something satisfying. It's kind of the similar thing if you're going down to get your chicken, the eggs from your chicken coop, or picking something out of your garden. To me, it all kinds of goes along those same lines. But so there's a lot of aspects to it, and plus it's a great thing to take your kids out and do. It gets them away from the television set, gets them away from video games and things like that. Plus it gets it lets you be able to spend some time with them. So look at it from that aspect. And if it doesn't have to cost a fortune. You can really get into fishing very, very inexpensive, probably cheaper than most outdoor sports. If you look around, you can probably talk to your friends and neighbors. They probably got fishing poles in their garage they haven't used in 20 years. They'd probably give you. You can catch live bait at your house in your backyard if you want to if you want to spend the time. Go out after rain, get some night crawlers. It can be started, relatively inexpensive, which is, part of some of the things that I want to talk about on here, is to kind of get rid of the myths of, having to spend a fortune to do everything. So, but, this is going to be a short video. This isn't about, this is no instructional video. This is just something to really think about. If you're a longtime fisherman and you haven't done it for a while, get out there. Not only are you, when you buy a fishing license, you're also supporting your, your fish commission or whatever you have in your state. I mean, I know every state is different, but they do a lot. A lot of people complain about the price of that, but they stock fish. They take care of these habitats and patrol the lakes and things like that. So you're also doing a little bit of your part for nature and conservation. So there's a lot of advantages to it. So think about it, and if you've never been, if I can answer any questions in the comments, definitely get a hold of me. Leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. If I can help you, I will. If I can give you some ideas. But like I said, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to go out and spend a fortune to get started on this. So definitely like and subscribe if you like the video. And down the road, I'm going to do some basic how-tos on maybe getting started with some, finding inexpensive equipment and things you just need to get started, that you don't need a whole tackle box full of things to get going, just to at least be able to get out to the lake and learn a little bit. So take care, enjoy the hopefully you enjoyed the view. You hear some of the birds in the background here, and this is probably one of the last days we'll have these nice clear days. So take care. Thanks.